Hey there, guys. So before we get started, I'd like everyone to sit up in their chair with some energy. All right? Come on, guys. Let's go. Come on. And we're going to get into what I like to call the state of certainty. Okay? And so when I say the phrase, say yes, I want you guys to say yes. Okay? Say yes. Yes. I can't hear you guys. Say yes. Yes. Say yes. Say yes. Yes. Good. Now remember that phrase because I'm going to come back to that later. So if you found out that you had 1 year left to live, what would you change in your life? And how would you do it? Whether it's mentally, physically, or emotionally, what would you change? Now, this question's been on everyone's minds at some point in their lives. So really, what would you change? I want you guys to picture a problem that you might have, whether it's you feel you've gained too much weight or your grades aren't satisfying you, anything that comes into your head as an important problem. Now, Rome wasn't built in a day, and change won't happen overnight. And as you're thinking about your problem, I want you guys to look at the problem as it is. Looking at the problem as it is, not worse than it may seem. Maybe people are putting you down, or maybe you've messed up before and you doubt yourself. Hands up if anyone's ever had something along the lines of that. Well, in that case, then you need to remind yourself to view the problem objectively. You are not your past. You are alive and ever-changing. Now, once you've looked at your problem objectively, decide what needs to be done. Sometimes the answers aren't clear, and you might need time to think it over. Other times, you can tackle it head on. And sometimes, you might even need help, and that's completely normal. Now, a tool we all have, but don't really train much on, is courage. Courage is a word we're all familiar with. Hands up if you're familiar with the word courage and say, I. But do we really know what it means? Courage isn't doing something you're not afraid of doing, but rather the fact that you're afraid of doing something and doing it anyways, getting out of your comfort zone. And once it's over, you often realize that it wasn't such a big deal. Now this next step we'll do right now, so get back in the state of certainty. Some of you guys lost it. Sit up in your chair. And when I say the phrase, say yes, okay guys? Say yes. Yes. Say yes. Yes. Say yes. Yes. Good. Motivate yourself every day and savor the feeling of hard work. Record your progress, but don't go overboard. Measuring your weight every day isn't very productive. I'm talking about something significant that really gives you a sense that progress is being made. You could write your weights down every 2 weeks or so, or you could have your updated marks up on the wall or something, anything that works for you. Another crucial tool is giving more than we expect to receive. Now, this school is already known for having several community campaigns, but there's always those people that don't really contribute because they feel as though they wouldn't really matter in the bigger picture. Who knows someone like this? I know I was. And why is that? I'll tell you about an experience I had a couple years back. I was lost, and I didn't have enough for a ride home. I was freaking out, and it must have been obvious because a stranger around my age noticed and approached me. And when he asked what my problem was, and I told him what the problem was, he actually offered me enough to get back. I was honestly overwhelmed. A complete stranger did that for me? And ever since then, I've never hesitated to do what I could to those in need, whether it be a kind word or a helping hand. So let's recap. I'll leave off with a few tips. We got looking at the problem as it is. Again, guys, you are not your problem. You are not your past. You are alive and ever-changing. Number 2, decide what needs to be done. Whatever it may be, easy or hard, if it's what you believe will get you to where you want to be, then it must be done. Number 3, overcoming your fears. It's often fast, but not always easy. As Marianne Williamson once said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. Number 4, motivate yourself every day and savor the feeling of hard work. You know, I always imagine myself looking through a scope and visualizing my goal. Sorry. And every time I look through it again, it gets closer. Record your progress, because we so underestimate what could be done in a year and so overestimate what could be done in a day. A jog every week, a marathon every year. And lastly, giving more than we expect to receive. More often than not, it's a win-win situation where everyone grows. An act of kindness can really inspire someone. So remember, guys, you only live once. So why not be your best with small tweaks in your everyday life? Because think about it. If you were to change just a little thing, a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, you have a totally different lifestyle. What would you change? Thank you. You guys have been a wonderful audience.